In this segment, I'm going to share the theme that I see in Isaiah 15 and also the modern day application. So the theme in chapter 15 of Isaiah is really just sorrow, from what I can tell. I mean, everybody is just so sad. Just to give some examples, on every head is baldness, every beard is shorn. In the streets they wear sackcloth, on the housetops and in the squares everyone wails and melts in tears. Heshbon and Eliak cry out. Their voice is heard as far as Jahaz. Therefore armed men in Moab cry aloud. His soul trembles. My heart cries out for Moab. Her fugitives... Sorry if you can hear the lawnmower. My dad is mowing the lawn. Her fugitives flee to Zoar, to Igliath, for at the ascent of... I can't pronounce all of those words, but you get the point. There's a lot of weeping. They go up weeping. They raise a cry of destruction, desolation. I mean, you see this theme of just sorrow and heartache in this chapter. But the modern day application was really hard for me to find, especially because of all the words that I didn't understand, and even in some of the commentaries that I read, I just couldn't really understand this chapter. And if you have any wisdom to provide, I would love to hear what you had to say about the modern day application. But in one commentary that I found, I did see something interesting. It says, "We cannot suppose that the prophet went among the Moabites to preach to them this sermon, but he delivered it to his own people. One, to show them that though judgment begins at the house of God, it shall not end there. There is a providence which governs the world and all the nations of it, and that to the God of Israel the worshippers of false gods were accountable and liable to his judgments. To give them a proof of God's care..." And number 2, he did this to give them a proof of God's care for them and jealousy for them, and to convince them that God was an enemy to their enemies, for such the Moabites had often been. So in this commentary, what I'm pulling from it is that it's showing that God's judgment goes to those who do not love him. God does not take it lightly when people worship other things and put things before him. He does not like that. And then the second one is my favorite, is to give them a proof of God's care for them